Christopher Nolan's collection of films spans a variety of genres, but one detailed fan theory suggests Nolan's science fiction epics take place in the same universe, via Reddit. Considering very few of Christopher Nolan's 12 movies are sequels, this makes the theory all the more enticing. The director is known for his large-scale feats, though this has not always been the case. The beginning of Nolan's career saw a number of remarkably low-budget indie projects before films such as the Dark Knight trilogy took precedence. These films changed the trajectory of his career, but Nolan's sci-fi movies are some of Nolan's most esteemed works. Only 4 of Nolan's movies fall into the science fiction genre, consisting of The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet. Although these films are undeniably convoluted, these sci-fis have come to be the defining points of Nolan's career. The overcomplicated events in Tenet, and the intentionally ambiguous ending of Inception, pose little threat to the narrative. All 4 films have performed remarkably at the box office, and are still finding new audiences across a number of streaming platforms. The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet all share common themes and concepts, which gives the notion that they all share one universe more credibility. How The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet can be set in the same universe. Nolan's futuristic technology is mirrored across his 4 sci-fi movies. The fan theory proposing a connected universe for Nolan's films can be first traced back to the director's 2006 epic, The Prestige. Tesla's cloning device, regarded as one of the most complex concepts in Christopher Nolan's films, creates a system in which 2 versions of an object or person can be produced simultaneously to allow Hugh Jackman, to perform the transported man illusion. Later on, this technology is mirrored in Inception's dream world, where the architects manipulate virtual paradoxes in a similar way to Tesla's device. Instead of just 2 simultaneous versions, though, Inception allows for multiple objects to be swapped seamlessly. In the aftermath of Inception, the environmental devastation from the unchecked energy consumption of Saito's corporation directly leads to the events of Interstellar. Ultimately, MUF uses the foundations of Tesla's transported man technology alongside aerospace data to create the turnstile, a machine that allows people to, essentially, time travel. It's soon revealed that this algorithm can be used to create complete annihilation. The turnstile technology discovered in Interstellar cascades into the events of Tenet, thwarting the algorithm's potential for global destruction. Retroactively, this ensures that protagonist's mission against Saito is a success and fully establishes Tenet. The biggest pieces of evidence to support the Nolan shared universe theory. A lot of evidence. The shared universe theory derives from Nolan's 2014 sci-fi epic, Interstellar. The mirror scene in Inception. Warner Bros. Pictures. This theory does not suggest thematic similarities, but proposes one direct link between projects. The implied technological development across the different time periods and films is far more specific than the suggestion of one shared paradox. It hypothesizes that there's a physical technology in Nolan's sci-fi films that evolves over time, and is being continuously reproposed. Perhaps one of the most obvious pieces of evidence to support the shared universe theory is the infinite staircase shown during Inception. In the film's dream world, architects can fundamentally program the staircases to switch places, thus creating an illusion that the 2 staircases are the same. More importantly, this theory makes MUF the connecting figure bridging these technologies. Cooper provides his daughter with the data TARS collected during Interstellar, which helps MUF solve the problem of gravity. This is what results in MUF creating the gravity-defying technology and inventing temporal inversion. It is through this accomplishment that MUF builds on Tesla's work. Consequently, the turnstile machine means that people can create literal paradoxes. Fascinatingly, this implies that the scientist later referenced in Tenet is, in fact, MUF, and provides a direct link between the characters and technology in Nolan's films. The problems with Christopher Nolan's sci-fi movies all taking place in the same universe. This theory relies on a great deal of speculation that is not confirmed by Nolan. Fallon showing a coin in The Prestige. Warner Bros. Pictures. Obviously, Nolan has never confirmed or endorsed the shared universe theory. The director's films are all incredibly distinct and entirely separate projects. Therefore, this theory relies heavily on speculation and a great deal of interpretation between The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet. We can only expect this conjecture to create logical inconsistencies between Nolan's technology, such as the nature of time manipulation, which is profoundly different between The Prestige and Tenet. In essence, the theory creates an incredibly convoluted set of rules while trying to connect technology, and the way time is managed between projects needs to be adapted to each unique situation. More notably, Nolan has become known for his capacity to leave films open to interpretation. This is a deliberate choice, and part of what makes his films so interesting. However, it does make them hard to concretely connect, and many of these perceived connections are thematic rather than narrative. Nolan's films explore similar concepts, but that does not mean they exist within the same world, as these ideas vary from project to project. Approaching Nolan's sci-fi with the assumption of shared connections can create a confusing experience, particularly for first-time viewers, and may misrepresent his overall filmmaking style. Nolan's sci-fi movies are better perceived as standalone stories. A shared theory can detract from the artistic merit of each film. As one might expect, interlinking Nolan's sci-fi feats together and creating one shared universe can diminish the individual impact of his films. Part of what makes Nolan's films so impressive is the scale at which they explore self-contained central philosophical and existential themes. So, while it is certainly interesting and enjoyable to create a link between Nolan's movies, these theories admittedly rely on a considerable amount of conjecture. This can create far more problems than it solves. Not to mention, these ties can diminish the individual merit of each of Nolan's intricate and very well thought-out motion pictures.